For centuries, Western textbooks taught a specific version of history. They said that ancient Egypt, the civilization of the pyramids, the Sphinx, and the pharaohs, had nothing to do with the rest of Africa. They claimed it was a Mediterranean or Near Eastern miracle. But on May 6, 1974, a man from Senegal stood before the world's leading experts in Cairo and told them they were wrong. His name was Cheikh Anta Diop. He wasn't just a historian, he was a physicist and a linguist. He used science to reclaim the pyramids for the continent of Africa. Today, we look at the legacy of the man who proved that the roots of human civilization are deeper and darker than the world wanted to admit. Cheikh Anta Diop was a true polymath. Born in Senegal in 1923, he moved to Paris to study physics under the famous Frédéric Joliot-Curie. But while he was mastering atoms and molecules, he was also obsessed with the history of his people. He noticed something strange. The languages, religions, and social structures of West Africa, like the Wolof people, were incredibly similar to those of ancient Egypt. To Diop, Egypt was to Africa what Greece and Rome were to Europe, the ancestral cradle. He spent decades gathering evidence, using everything from carbon dating to melanin dosage tests on the skin of mummies to prove his theory. On May 6, 1974, it all came to a head at the UNESCO-sponsored Cairo Symposium. It was a clash of the titans. Diop and his colleague Théophile Obenga were up against the world's most famous Egyptologists. Diop didn't just bring opinions, he brought data. He presented evidence showing that the bone structure and skin pigmentation of ancient Egyptians matched that of sub-Saharan Africans. He showed that the very word for Egypt in hieroglyphs, Kemet, meant the land of the blacks. By the end of the symposium, the experts were stunned. While not everyone agreed, they had to admit that Diop's evidence was of the highest scientific standard. He had successfully re-Africanized Egyptian history. Because of Cheikh Anta Diop, today we understand that Africa did not begin with colonization. It didn't even begin with the great empires of Mali or Songhai. It began at the very dawn of human organization along the Nile. Today, the largest university in Senegal bears his name. His work inspired generations of Africans to walk with their heads held high, knowing that their ancestors designed the pyramids and calculated the stars long before the rest of the world knew how to read. On May 6th, we honor the man who used the master's tools to dismantle the master's lies. Cheikh Anta Diop taught us that history is not just about what happened, it's about who has the courage to tell the truth. Thanks for joining us for On This Day in Africa. If you knew about Cheikh Anta Diop, let us know in the comments. And if you didn't, now you do. Hit that subscribe button to keep reclaiming our history, one day at a time.